So today I'm going to talk about why I quit drinking and how I got sober. I was an alcoholic for like 10 years and I quit drinking initially because I had to. It was like a court ordered thing. I got a DWI, and then immediately after it, I got a public intoxication, and it was my second like DWI and my third public intoxication. Anyway, they didn't like that, and so they gave me, in addition to the interlock device for the car that you have to blow into, they gave me one for my house that I had to blow into 3 times a day. And anyway, so I just couldn't drink. And when I got that, a friend of mine was like, "Well, maybe you could have like 1 or 2 beers like right after you do it, and then you'll be okay." I'm like, "I don't want 1 or 2 beers. Like, I want 24. Like, I want to get blackout drunk." So, but it turned out to be a really good thing. It gave me I had it for 6 months. And so for 6 months, I couldn't drink. And I got really into fitness. And it was I still reflect on it as one of the like happiest times of my life, which is crazy because like things were not good. Like I was in the middle of a, you know, court case, not knowing what the outcome was going to be. I wasn't making a lot of money at that time either. I didn't have like a nice apartment or a nice car or any of that stuff. So I think just the contrast between how like horrible my life had been, getting blackout drunk alone in my apartment every night, to having, this healthy addiction with eating healthy and going to the gym. I think the contrast of that is what makes it seem like, such a great memory of that period of time. As soon as I returned the device, I started drinking again. I went to meet I remember exactly how it started. I was at the gym and working out, and I texted a friend of mine. I was like, I kind of want to go to a bar that was we were neighbors, and it was a bar by our apartment. And I was like, I want to go. I was just romanticizing in my head, like how nice it was to be in a bar and feel just that relief of like that first beer, especially like after like work, like just to have that like kind of calming effect from the first one. And so we went and met at that bar, and I had one beer. I told her I just want to get one beer, like just to, and I had 3 at the bar, maybe 4 at the bar. And then on my way home, which it was walking, like I didn't drive, it was walking distance to go home. But on my way home, I picked up a 6-pack or a 12-pack and a pack of cigarettes. I had quit smoking too during my 6-month break from alcohol. Anyway, it's just like all within a few hours, just all went out the window. And I drank for another, year and some change, a year and a half, maybe. Not quite a year and a half, but yeah, like a year and 3 months. And so during that time when I was drinking again, I started dating someone, and we were together for, I don't know, maybe it had only been, we started dating in May, and then that December, around Christmas. Yeah, around Christmas. No, I mean, in early December, because my sobriety date's December 10th. But so yeah, the beginning of December, we used to go out and drink all that. We had a lot of fun. Like it was never much of an issue. I mean, I would get blackout drunk, but was like never like anything. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe sometimes I would do like crazy stuff, but like never anything, that I thought was hurtful or violent in any way. But this one particular night, I got blackout drunk. I woke up on my couch, and I looked, like the TV was on, but it was like it was shattered. And woke up, and then my boyfriend came out it was my apartment. He stayed over. He always stayed over, but he came out of my bedroom. I was, asleep on the couch. He came out of my bedroom, and I was like, "What happened to the TV?" He was like, "You broke it. Like you got like really mad about like my ex or something like that." And he was like, "You threw the remote at the TV and shattered," and like said all these crazy things. I was like, "Oh my god." And like he wasn't like like he wasn't mad at me, but you could see the like hurt in his eyes, and he was such a nice guy. But I could just see like how much that hurt him, and how, yeah, like him trying to figure out what he wanted to do, you know? I mean, maybe I'm speculating, but you could just see the hurt in his eyes is what the thing was. And that is what got me to get so as once I saw that, it was like, no, like it was like a light switch, like, nope, done, don't need to do this anymore. And yeah, I think having that 6 months prior though, at least I knew that like things would be okay. Like there would be, you know, it would be possible to have a life that was enjoyable without alcohol. Um, but anyway, so that's how I got sober, why I got sober. And I mean, obviously, we broke up like we broke up like 6 months later. Well, no, almost a year later, maybe the next September, we broke up. I broke up with him. It just wasn't, you know, there was a lot of different factors, but I just wasn't the same person anymore. I didn't even know who I was. Yeah, I'd been a raging alcoholic for so long. I kind of had to depart and figure myself out. But at the same time, too, and this is something that we'll cover in different other videos, but after I quit drinking, just intimacy with him made me want to crawl out of my skin. And this is, after years of therapy, something I'm finally coming to discover, like why that's a thing, because it wasn't just with him. I mean, it's a pretty common. It's more common than not. I mean, it happens with almost everybody, which is why I haven't dated in a long time. But so that's kind of what kicked it off, I guess. But anyway, so we broke up, but I stay sober for myself because it's, you know, I have a much better life now than I did when I was drinking. 10 years. It'll be 10 years sober in December, which is pretty wild. Anyway, so that's my sober story.